If you could shrink yourself down to the size of a match head and step into the grass, you wouldn't find peace. You'd find a world at war, a real one, a war that has never stopped, a war older than mountains, older than birds, older even than most species that walk this earth today. The soldiers in this war are ants, and they've been fighting for over 100 million years. At ground level, life looks tranquil. Green leaves, morning dew, a profound silence. But look closer and you'll see movement. You'll see lines of soldiers marching in perfect rhythm, their jaws ready, their bodies glistening in the sun. Each one is no bigger than a grain of rice, but each one is part of something immense. To an ant, war isn't chaos, it's purpose. Every colony is a nation. Every nest is a fortress. Every worker, every queen, every newborn larva is a citizen in a machine older than humanity itself. While we build cities above the soil, they build empires beneath it, and those empires are constantly colliding. Ants don't fight because they hate. They fight because they must. Resources are scarce, queens are vulnerable, and the boundaries between colonies are always shifting. The moment one worker crosses into the wrong territory, the air changes. There's no trumpet, no warning shot, just pheromones, invisible messages written in scent. To us, it smells like nothing. To them, it's the deafening sound of war drums. The first scout dies alone, his body releasing a chemical scream that says one thing: attack. Within seconds, thousands respond. The ground itself begins to move. From opposite ends of the battlefield, black rivers of life surge forward. When they meet, there are no negotiations, no treaties, only mandibles, acid, and raw instinct. A human war might last years. An ant war can last for centuries. In the Amazon, one species of army ant can march across entire forests, erasing every other colony in its path. They don't build permanent nests. They live on the move, a living flood, consuming everything, leaving only silence behind. Their enemies, the leafcutter ants, are no less advanced. They farm fungus underground, protect it like treasure, and wage sophisticated chemical warfare on anyone who dares threaten their food supply. Every battle is both ancient and new, because the weapons evolve, generation after generation, at the speed of life itself. Ants don't need metal, fire, or strategy books. Their weapons are written into their very biology. Some species spray acid that melts through an enemy's armor. Others explode, literally, tearing themselves apart to drown their enemies in a sticky, deadly glue. There are assassins that sneak into rival colonies, perfectly mimicking their scent until it's too late. There are slave raiders that steal larvae, raise them as their own, and turn them into loyal workers who will die defending the very colony that murdered their mother. We call it instinct, but if any other species behaved this way, we'd call it civilization. Scientists used to believe these wars were random skirmishes, simple competition for space and food. But when they began to track them over years, they found something more. They found structure. They found strategy. They even found adaptation. Some colonies form temporary alliances, a fragile truce against a common foe. Others attack in calculated waves, retreating, regrouping, then striking again with renewed ferocity. They don't just fight, they learn. One colony can contain millions of individuals, but they move as one, a single thought spread across countless bodies. A living, breathing organism made of warriors. If a soldier falls, another takes its place instantly. If one side wins, the bodies of the fallen aren't mourned. They become the foundation for new tunnels. In the world of ants, nothing is wasted, not even death. In East Africa, there's a species called Dorylus. Locals call them driver ants. When they march, even lions move aside. A single colony can number 20 million. They form living bridges from their own bodies to cross gaps, towers that climb walls, and rivers of flesh that can strip a carcass clean in minutes. They've raided everything from termite hills to snake dens, No animal on land fights with such terrifying precision. But the true power of ants isn't their violence. It's their unity. An ant has no ego. It has no personal ambition. It doesn't dream of conquest or glory. It simply obeys. And together, that obedience becomes something unstoppable. They are evolution's perfect soldiers, tireless, fearless, and utterly replaceable. Every death is data. Every failure becomes adaptation. They are what happens when nature decides cooperation is stronger than individuality. While humans have existed for a mere blink of geologic time, ants have been refining their warfare for an eternity. When dinosaurs walked the earth, ants were already organizing armies. When the first mammals crawled from the dark, ant colonies had already perfected strategy, logistics, and even medicine. Yes, medicine. Recent studies show that some species carry their wounded back from battle and apply antimicrobial saliva to their injuries, reducing infection by over 80%. They don't just fight, they heal. And they remember. Every battle leaves a chemical memory in the soil. Every victory reshapes the ecosystem above it. Without ants, our planet would collapse. They are the unseen engineers, turning death into life, chaos into order. Their wars, in a strange way, sustain the world they seem to destroy. Yet somehow, we call them simple. We step on them without a second thought. We poison their nests and call it progress. But the truth is, if the ants disappeared tomorrow, our crops would fail, our forests would rot, our soil would die. And if we disappeared instead, the ants would simply keep marching, unbothered, unchanged, undefeated. They don't need us. They never did. For 100 million years, they have fought, rebuilt, and evolved. A civilization older than our own species, hidden just beneath our feet, still at war and still perfect. We like to think that war makes us unique, that only humans could create such organized violence. But somewhere, under every step you take, millions of tiny soldiers are proving otherwise. They don't fight for flags or ideologies. They fight for balance, for survival, for the rhythm that life itself demands. And maybe that is the real difference between their wars and ours. Our wars often end in ruin. Theirs, somehow, keep the world alive. Thanks for watching. If you found this journey into the world of ants as fascinating as I did, hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dives into the hidden corners of our planet. See you in the next one.